Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Successful Sales series. We're officially at part 3 of 5, which is super exciting. It kind of feels like it's a hump moment, and I guess today, it's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Wednesday being hump day, it's Successful series hump day as well. We're halfway through. By the end of this, we're on the downstretch, and I'm super excited to be sharing tonight's content, which is unlimited beliefs. Unlimited beliefs. So much of what we believe about sales has an impact on our success. And I am so thrilled. By the end of this webinar, you'll have some really concrete strategies on how to make sure that you've got beliefs that were going to serve you, make you absolutely awesome at sales, and to really rock your customers, rock your sales results as well. And I have to share a little bit of a story I experienced today. I'm over in Western Australia, would you believe it, right now? And I understand it's not as warm as it is in Sydney today. It was 33 degrees. Yum. Well, I got to a top of 21, which was very nice. And I do some trainings for a retail organization and travel from time to time. And what I have discovered here, a common theme amongst the retail travel agents here, is that there's a real belief that there's a lack of opportunity. Now there are no more cruise lines sailing out of Fremantle where they used to be. And I thought that was very fascinating because I really had to challenge their beliefs to think what an amazing opportunity it was that they could have a whole market of the South Pacific open, because everybody has to go to Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane or Singapore or something in order to cruise. They have to leave Perth, where previously they were able to stay in Perth. And what that means for travel agents is that they've got a whole bunch more opportunity in terms of flights, accommodation, to make a really amazing experience for their client. And I was really floored by how much this, I guess, I want to call it, a lack of abundance. It was the opposite of abundance. It was very much a poverty mindset around opportunity, now that there are no more cruise lines cruising out of Fremantle. And I love that story in terms of framing this evening's content, because you're going to find out that actually what you believe has a real impact on what actually your behavior is and what opportunities you're able to see. So let's get into it. All right, I want to start off really quickly with why sales. This is an important conversation. Sometimes I get people say to me, I don't really want to be a salesperson. I just kind of talk to people, and I don't really need to be able to sell. Well, I'm here to tell you I disagree 100%. You must sell. If you're going to serve someone, if you're going to really help them solve a problem, which is why you're talking to them in the first place, then you need to have the skill and the technique and the mindset and the right frame to be able to really serve the other person. So you must be a salesperson as far as I'm concerned. If you're a really great salesperson, then you have a much better chance of being able to serve the other person. If you're just kind of telling them about you and your product, it's really inelegant. You're probably not going to serve them very well, because you're just there to tell them about you, and then that's it. You leave them after that. And that to me is a very lazy way of going about helping people. It really is about investing. So for each of you that are on the webinar, if you're listening to this as a recording in the future, congratulations and well done on you on taking the moment to just really invest in sharpening your tools and really delving into having a great mindset. Sales is without a doubt a noble profession, and you probably don't hear those two words together very often. Sales is noble. I believe it is one of the most noble things you can do to help someone else solve a problem. That's fundamentally what you're doing. If we strip away all of our beliefs around sales, you really can't argue with sales is about solving a problem that somebody else has. It's as simple as that. It's not very romantic. And of course, everybody has different beliefs about that, and we'll get into that. But it is noble, and because you're helping another person, I believe sales is fundamentally human. It's about humans connecting, humans helping each other. And everybody sells, whether you've got a product or a service, or even if you want to influence your family or your friends or your partner, that's a sales conversation. Get into sales, get good at it, and get elegant. That's my advice to you. So why I started Sydney Sales Meetup. So thank you for joining. You've heard about this webinar because of Sydney Sales Meetup. I started this over 12 months ago. And the reason I started it was because I was sick of hanging out with, or, going to trainings that were really corporate, really stiff, very closer, hardcore closer. That kind of language doesn't turn me on. And I wanted to start something a little bit different and new and get together a bit of a movement of people who are passionate about their client, passionate about what it is that they're selling, passionate about being really good at it, and really focused on the right stuff. And so that's why I started Sydney Sales. So please get involved. Our next events, tonight, of course. We've got a live event next week, which I'm super excited about at our new venue, which is We Work in Pyrmont. It's a fabulous venue. If you're in for beer and cider, it's unlimited on tap, which depends how you roll, but it's a really great venue, and we can, BYO snacks and wine and just have a very relaxed, awesome chat about sales and how to really make an offer to your clients that's going to compel them to want to buy, that's really aligned with what it is that they want to buy. And then part 4 and 5, and we have a half-day event coming up as well. So a little bit about me really quickly. I'm an expert sales mentor. I've got 10 plus years in sales training and mentoring, over 10,000 hours of sales mentoring and training. I've got hundreds of entrepreneurs, went over 16 million in revenue and counting. And what I love about sales is that you teach it once, and if you keep implementing, guess what happens? Your sales compound, which is very exciting. I am a leader at the Coaching Institute. I'm the founder of Sydney Sales Meetup, the creator of the Be More Awesome at Sales online course, and I'm an all-round awesome human. Just get to know me. I think you'll agree. Why? Because I just decided I was going to be awesome, and why the heck not? I think everyone should be. In my experience, I came to find that there's really 2 ingredients to successful sales. That is about sales fit and sales kit. So sales fit is not about being at the gym, but more about being very fit in your mindset. And I broke that down into 5 things: curiosity, resilience, unlimited beliefs, sureness, hustle with heart. And that's what these webinar series are really about. And tonight we're talking about unlimited beliefs. So important to think about our beliefs. This is what I call the crush model. I want your clients to have a crush on you. And all 5 of these things really set the right headspace for a successful and elegant sales conversation. And the sales kit, you need to have the tools and techniques in conjunction with a really great mindset. And I break it down really simple. I like to keep things simple. It's identify, solve, next steps. Identify the customers or the client's needs, solve the problem that they've got, outline the next steps. And the primary tool that I use is eDisc, which is really about understanding how your clients are motivated to buy and what tools and techniques you need to use for each different client that you come across. And it breaks it down really easy, breaks it down really simple. So we won't be going into sales kit tonight. We spend plenty of time on that topic at meetups and at other webinars in the future. So tonight we're not really here to talk about sales kit. We're here to talk about sales fit. It's the Successful Sales Series, part 3 of 5, the You in Crush. We want your clients to have a crush on you. Outcome is more money, more clients, and to be more awesome. I trust you're all on board with that. And how to suck the marrow out of tonight. Ask for the slides. I'm going to be giving you a lot of really gold information. And I'm not expecting you to be able to recall everything that we talk about tonight. So it's really important, and I'm going to move quickly too because I want to make sure that I give you as much information as possible. You can always email me later, sharon@bemoreawesome.com.au, and ask for the slides. You must implement. There's massive power in implementation. There is also massive power in teaching others the information. I want you to share it. Take lots of notes. Get uncomfortable. If you're uncomfortable, you're learning. If you are comfortable, you're not learning. And I really want to make sure that you get value out of this information. So make sure that you try it, you implement it, and it won't be comfortable necessarily straight away, but that's what the journey is all about. It's about expanding our comfort zone. It is my gift to you. It's valued at $97 plus GST, free to you, because I've attended heaps of free training and I've received so much benefit. I want to contribute to the business community and give back. I want to be able to demonstrate my skills, knowledge, and abilities and help you decide if you want to continue to engage with me. Come to meetups, attend webinars, and build a movement of awesome salespeople. So I encourage you really to come to our live events as well. If you get value from today, make sure you take some action. So please put at least one idea into action. So as we're going through this information, I'd love you to be thinking, okay, what's that one thing that I'm going to implement today? And tell people about it. Tell people in Facebook land, in LinkedIn, in any community that you belong to, tell people about it. If you share this information, it will help you learn. Join the Sydney Sales Facebook community. Share your learnings. Please give generously with people who you think might benefit from this information. Come to more Sydney Sales Meetup community events, or hire me is another way if you get value from today. Sales fit. Curiosity, resilience, unlimited beliefs. C.R.U.S.H, hustle with heart. There are other webinars on curiosity and resilience we've already covered. We're up to unlimited beliefs now, and C.R.U.S.H and Hustle with Heart are coming. In no particular order. They're not in this order because one is more important than the other. They're all standalone, but C.R.U.S.H doesn't sound very good. So I made it crush. And I like that, you want your clients to crush on you. You want them to have such a crush on you that they just wanting and flocking to do business with you. And so much of your results is wrapped up in what you believe about sales, about you, and about your clients. We're really going to break that down tonight. We're going to move quickly too, and this is potentially something that you will want to spend a little bit more quiet time. So I'm going to give you a whole bunch of information, and I'd really love to think about, you jotting down a couple of things that you're going to revisit, even if it's immediately after the webinar. If you miss this, the recording will be available on YouTube, and I'm going to email all of that out to you. So make sure you really take a moment to implement what we're going through tonight. All right, let's talk a little bit about beliefs first. I just want to frame this so you understand how beliefs are formed. One of the things that I hear often is that, I can't change my beliefs. That's what I believe. Well, I'm here to tell you, you made up your own beliefs. It's a complete creativity of your own mind based on a whole bunch of different experiences. And the way that I prove this is I want you to think about a car. Just think about and visually have a car in your mind. Now, some of you out there are going to be having a Ferrari, a big yellow Ferrari. Some of you visualized, a four-wheel drive, a blue four-wheel drive. That's what I just went to because that's the car I've hired at the moment is a Mitsubishi, and it's look, I'm not technical, some kind of four-wheel drive type thing. It's blue. Okay, there you go. Some would be black. Now, all of those, that little image, I said the word car, but you all came up with something slightly different. And some of you would be giving, not giving a care about a car. Some of you would have gotten really excited and thought about a sexy Lamborghini or something like that. Some of you might have gone, you know what, I don't do cars, I only do public transport. So the word is car, but every single person on this call, every single person listening to this, 50 people have 50 different versions of car. So what needs to happen first and foremost is that there's an external experience and an internal experience. And external experiences are what trigger your internal experiences. So at the top of the page, on the right-hand side, I've got here, an event needs to happen. So something needs to happen. I said the word car. It could be that, a tiger comes running at you, or, somebody behaves in a certain way. That's an external event. Something has caused you to have an internal experience, a representation of what that means. So what we're talking about here is you're creating meaning about what you see external to yourself, specifically with regard to beliefs. So an external event happens, and then what happens is internally you filter that event through a whole bunch of different programs that you have running in your mind. So I'm going to run through these really quickly. There are 7 different ones. These are 7 different beliefs. So global beliefs, identity beliefs, value beliefs, rules beliefs, vehicle beliefs, specific situation beliefs, and meta programs. These are all the different beliefs. So from this external event, internally, you run this event through all of your beliefs, all of your meta programs. And what that does is it creates then the external behavior that everyone sees. For example, I said the word car. Some of you would have lit up, gone, oh my God, I'm so excited. Some of you would have gone, yeah, ho-hum, whatevs, don't care. Same experience, external event, but very different behaviors, external behaviors. Global beliefs are really about what you make things mean from a global perspective. Love is, Australia is, sales is. So it's external to you, I guess, but it's about globally what I believe about a particular topic. Identity beliefs are about you and your identity. Value beliefs are about what you believe is important. Rules belief are about what you believe needs to happen for what's important to you to happen, if that makes sense. So how do you experience the world every day and what needs to happen? And we're going to break these down a little bit detail in the context of sales, but this really is a life lesson. This is about all beliefs. It's not about sales beliefs, but of course we're going to bring it down to sales beliefs. Vehicle beliefs is about your beliefs around what you've chosen as a vehicle to sell. So this could be your product or your service or the organization that you work for, the way in which you experience sales. And remembering this is really about life, but we're bringing it down into a macro level of sales. Specific situation beliefs. This is something where there's a real rare one-off kind of situation, very rare. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I don't really believe that serves you so much. Meta programs is the final one. And this is really about how you're programmed. So are you a visual creature? Do you like to touch things? Do you have, when you visualize things, are you an internal visualization or is it external? Meaning when you have a picture of something, are you in the picture or you're outside looking in? Now, there's no right or wrong here at all. It's just the way in which we're all sort of programmed to operate. I trust this is making sense. What we're going to do now is we're going to break this down into what this means for sales specifically. But you need to understand this because sales is sales, but it means something different to everyone. And people who are successful at sales have beliefs that support them being successful. And people who are not successful at sales have beliefs that support them not being successful. And there are a whole bunch of other things involved as well. You do need great technique. You do need some knowledge. But with all the technique in the world and all the knowledge in the world, if you have beliefs about sales that are not helping you win, then your behavior, the external behavior, will match that belief. You cannot behave differently to what you believe fundamentally. It's very difficult, which is why lying is so hard. I trust you get my gist. All right, so let's talk a little bit about you and what your beliefs are about sales. So from a global belief, what is sales? Is it cool? Is it not cool? What does it mean about you and your identity? When I started in sales, I didn't want to be a salesperson. Now I am proud to be a salesperson. Values, what's important to you about sales? What's important to you about the experience of selling? What needs to happen in order for you to experience selling? So what are the rules around selling? We're going to get into these and break them down. What is it about the vehicle that you've chosen specifically? Which product, which service, which company? Specific situations, I really don't want to go into that. It's not particularly relevant. Meta programs, what is it about you? Are you more auditory? Are you more visual? In which case, you'll have a different way of presenting information to clients, which is really important because they may not have the same program as you in terms of how they like to receive information. So my beliefs, I'm going to share this with you, and I believe these are some of many. I have many beliefs about sales, but I believe these are really good. I believe sales, my global belief, sales is noble. That's my global belief. I believe it's a noble thing to do with your life. As an identity, I believe that sales has helped me become an awesome person. Some of the best people I know are really, really good at sales. In terms of my values, I need to have a product I believe in. I need to have something that I'm passionate and aligned with in terms of what's important to me from a bigger picture, which I'm not going to go into tonight. My vehicle, I need to have great clients. And, I don't work this specific, I have conversations with, it doesn't happen very often, but I have had conversations with potential clients in a sales meeting where we have decided that, I know they're not a great fit for me. I want to work with people who are motivated. I want to work with people who are passionate. And, I'm not getting the sense that they're really aligned with what I believe it takes to succeed. So for me, that's great clients. In terms of meta programs, I love face-to-face. I have learned over the years, and this is a learned behavior, to be very effective over the phone and to be more effective via email. And that's a craft that I'm still developing, my email, my ability to sell via email and electronic format. Face-to-face was where I always felt really natural. And that makes a lot of sense in terms of the way that I'm programmed. And it took some energy to learn how to sell over the phone. But again, it's just energy. It wasn't something that, came naturally. It just doesn't mean that I can't do it. I just had to change my beliefs around whether or not I could, and then learn the technique. And it really paid off. Eventually, a lot of my business is done over the phone now, and I need really good ability to understand people and to hear people through the phone. So that's definitely something that I've actually changed over the time around my beliefs around sales. So I want you to have a think. Maybe not, you would have been thinking that now. What I believe, what ones do I want to keep? What's serving me? What are the beliefs that I have around sales that are helping me achieve and helping me help others? And of course, keep those and identify some of the ones that, beg my pardon. Okay, here we go. So these ones you want to keep. And then, of course, there are going to be ones that need to go. So here's some examples. And this is where I really want you to spend some time going through in terms of your global beliefs. My belief around sales at the beginning was sales is sleazy. Sales is, embarrassing. I didn't want to be a salesperson. That was my identity belief. I'm not a salesperson. My value was that clients only care about price. Boy, wasn't that an awakening when I realized that's my value belief I'm imposing on others. Clients don't only care about price. My rules when I first started in sales, I had all of these beliefs. And I have to tell you right now, I'm just going to make a little sideways point here. When I started in sales, I sucked. I was awful, terrible. And I know a few of you on the call have heard this story before. I was absolutely the worst salesperson you could possibly. I had, and the reason I know I was terrible is because my results were awful. People didn't want to buy from me, and that's a big fat sign that I sucked. And a lot, and it's. I don't believe there's any coincidence here. These were my beliefs, hand on heart. I'm sharing this from the bottom of my heart, being really, open with you here. I believe that clients can't be rude. Now, I just want to, this isn't about, copying it when somebody swears and is physically or emotionally abusive. That's not what I'm talking about. My rule back then, we're going back over 10 years ago now. My rule back then was that people had to be friendly. They can't be rude. Now, my version or my rule around being rude was that you were abrupt, that you were direct, that you just wanted the job done and then you wanted to go. That was my version of being rude. Really? How much business did I lose? Because all my clients wanted me to do was just to do my job. They didn't particularly want to experience a nice chatty half-hour discussion. And is that okay? Sure, it is. And when I made it okay, when I changed my beliefs around what rude was, my results changed massively, because all of a sudden I recognized this isn't someone being rude. This is just someone, wanting something that is different to how I want to be treated, and that's okay. My beliefs around my vehicle, I had concerns about my product. I felt like I didn't know enough. I had concerns around my ability to service because our systems were very clunky. And me and my ability, I was concerned that I hadn't been in sales. I hadn't been in travel, which was what I was selling. And I had beliefs that, the vehicle that I had chosen, there was flaws in it. Obviously, I was there because I loved it. I was interested in it. I was passionate about it. But I did have beliefs about it that were not serving me, that were holding me back from really throwing myself into it. I've given you an example here, specific situation beliefs. Oh my goodness, didn't I procrastinate a lot? I can't call clients before 9 a.m. And then, I decided I couldn't call clients between 9 and 10 because they were probably having morning tea, and then it was lunchtime, so I couldn't call them during lunch. And then in the afternoon, they would have gotten busy. And then after that, they were going home. And then all of a sudden, I had procrastinated all day because I had made up all these, they were just completely fabricated beliefs around whether I could or couldn't call people. It was just, I never bothered to ask my client when was a good time to call. There's a good start. But I made all these beliefs, and it was purely about just not wanting to be able to pick up the phone. It was just, I created, and that's what I mean by I created all of these beliefs. Meta programs. All clients need a lot of detail. Now, this wasn't my particular belief. My particular belief was the opposite. I believed clients just needed to have a vague idea of what was going on, and then the rest they could just leave up to me because, of course, I knew what I was doing. And that is not the case. There are clients out there who do want a lot of detail. There are clients out there who don't want a lot of detail, and that's just really about their meta program. How detailed do they want? I had one client ask me what color the fabric was going to be on the airplane. Really? I was shocked. I was like, why the hell would you care? Why would you want to know that? But that's just a meta program. They wanted to know that level of detail. So really, as you can see here, you're going to take a moment to really delve into what's not serving you. And this is going to take some time, of course, more than, the sort of 5 to 10, 15 minutes that we've got left to really break down these beliefs and really dig deep. And just the next step we're going to be talking about is getting rid of them. Because I created these. I no longer believe any of these. So that just further proves I created them in the first place. I can change them. I now believe sales is amazing. I love sales. I am proud to be a salesperson. That's my identity. My chest puffs out when I tell people I'm in sales, and I'm a sales coach, and I get very proud and passionate about that. I realize that, clients care about a great deal of many things. I don't mind it, when clients are direct. I don't mind it when they want to have a bit of a chat. I'm very flexible now around the rules of sales and what needs to happen in order for me to experience sales. I love my product. Of course, it is my product. So if I didn't love it, then there'd be a problem. But I do. I back my product. I love my product. I'm passionate about what I deliver. I'm absolutely certain in my ability. I speak to specific situations. I don't know that I really have some specific situation beliefs. I'd have to dig deep there. Clients call me anytime. Clients call me early in the morning. They call me on Sundays. That's cool with me. I just manage my energy, and that's what works for me. It's not going to work for everybody, and that's cool too. I give detail. I give big picture. I give visuals. I'm a lot more flexible now because I have worked on my sales beliefs and really challenged them. So that's what we're going to talk about now is, okay, we've identified the beliefs we want to keep. We've identified the beliefs that we want to get rid of. They need to go. If you're going to be successful, get rid of them. Is how do we change? How do we change? How do we change? How do we change our beliefs? It's simpler than you think it would be. It really is. So I'm going to share with you now a whole bunch of questions that are the key to unlimiting your beliefs. So here they are. So don't rush madly to try and run them down. I want to point out a couple of really key things here. Email me and I'll email you this list of questions. Or you can watch the recording and hit pause. So just focus on me and me. Listen to my voice. I really want you to hear me. When did I decide to believe that? What is that belief costing me? Meaning, what's the implication? Not cost as in terms of dollars, but dollars as part of it. If you're missing sales, you're missing money. But more than that, I want you to think about, go deep here. What's it costing you in terms of how you achieve and what that means for your family and all of the things, your vision for you in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years from now. If you choose to keep it, what will happen? And dig deep here. This is a process. So it's not just about answering these questions really quickly. It's about feeling the pain. If you want to create change in your beliefs, then you're going to have to experience some pain. So we really want you to take a moment, and I would take, at least half an hour of quiet time to shift your specific beliefs. So pick one that you think is not serving you the most, and go through this process and get some quiet time. If you want a glass of wine while you do it, go for it, but just make sure you chill out, and make sure you get some quiet time. If you choose to change it, what will happen? Actually, I'm going to change it to the first person because I want this to be the first person. What do I need to believe instead? And sometimes people struggle with this because I have beliefs. So what would I tell someone I loved, or what would I tell a child to believe, often elicits a better answer than what you would tell yourself. Isn't that a strange thing about humanity? It's easier to tell someone you love kind words, or a child kind words, than to give yourself kind words. So really stretch yourself there. When I choose to believe whatever it is you're going to believe, so let's say when I choose to believe sales is awesome, when it's noble, when it's human, and when it's about being awesome, what do I notice that is different now? What do I see now? What do I feel now? What do I hear now? What do I know now? What am I enjoying now? Take a moment now to feel the joy. And what steps am I taking now to reinforce sales is noble, sales is awesome, sales is human daily? So I'm going to take a moment to explain the language here because it's really important. It needs to be, of course, in the first person, I, which is why, forgive me, I changed it halfway through, but I have written it how I need you to say it to yourself. You need to feel the pain around the beliefs and what they're costing you, what the implications are for your future dreams and hopes. You need to then transfer yourself into the future, choosing to change those beliefs and get specific. So you'll notice that the beliefs you want to get rid of are non-specific. When did I decide to believe that? What is that costing me if I choose to keep it, if I change it? So I'm being very generic. I'm not naming the puppy, whereas I'm being very deliberate about naming the belief that I want to reinforce. So this language is really important. It's all deliberate. Even though it might sound a bit strange, when I choose to believe sales is noble, what do I notice is different now? So it's about the now and moving to some change. Now you might have some more questions on that, but of course you've got my email there. You're welcome to reach out or message me on Facebook. A lot of you, we're friends on Facebook. Messenger me, or become a messenger contact. I'm more than happy to go into detail about this at another time. So the next steps, put one idea into action. If I were you, I'd pick a belief that you feel is really holding you back. Go through those questions. It doesn't have to be sales is noble, just a belief, whatever it may be, you pick it and you change it. Success comes from incredible implementation. So get some quick wins today, and of course, I'm here to help you. And come to our next meetup. So the next webinar series, part 4 is on the 26th, and part 5, the final one, on the 11th. And we've got 2 face-to-face opportunities. Number 1 is how to make a compelling offer, how to actually get your clients to want to buy your product, on the 18th of September at WeWork in Piedmont. And then again, Mastery half-day workshop, so popular, on the 7th of October. That's a big one at WeWork as well. So make sure you make space to come along to both those events and bring a friend with you as well. I'm offering everybody on the webinar a 45-minute discovery session with me over phone or Skype or face-to-face, I don't care, whatever works. We're going to review your sales plan and health check your sales strategy, and that session is valued at over $300. It's offered free for you, so everyone take up in the offer. Book in now. You can shoot me an email or message me, all of those things that I went through before. And for those who qualify, I'm offering unlimited access to the Be More Awesome Sales Mastery program as well. So this is an online program, and you can fast track your sales success at your own pace. And that's offered free for life for qualified discovery session attendees who book in today. And that is valued at $97 per month for life. I know, cray. And it's a powerful sales content, latest learning methodologies, direct access to me to ask questions and get advice. It's an online course and mentoring program designed to help you make more money, win more clients, and be more awesome. It's available 24/7 on desktop, tablet, and mobile. It's regularly updated and fully downloadable. And I did mention the eDisc. This is a full report, and we do go into detail about this in other meetups. It's an analysis and an action plan for implementation to improve your productivity and win more business, and the value for that is $550. And of course, you can work with me in conjunction with the sales diagnostic, benefit from my 10,000 plus hours of coaching and mentoring. I have packages for 3 to 9 hours of one-on-one mentoring and coaching, plus more, and that starts at $750. So make sure you reach out to me if you've got questions about tonight's content. You can visit my website. You can email me. There is my phone number. I will upload this onto YouTube as well, so you can always join the YouTube channel, subscribe, and you'll have these all the time as well. So it's been such a pleasure. I trust you've had a really great session and that you've gotten value out of this evening. I really encourage you, if you do have any questions, please make sure that you reach out. I would love to hear from you. So on that note, thank you again all for attending. It's been fabulous. And I do trust that you will have an amazing evening. And I look forward to seeing you at one of our live events. Bye-bye now.